Welcome back to another episode of
John's fucking bitch.
You could have just started with that. Welcome back to another episode of Waiting for Players. I'm Adam.
I'm mocking him, and my name is John.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Peter.
That's all of us. Josh doesn't exist.
That's it today.
Yep.
Oh, wait, you're not sitting over here, are you?
I am not, no. But
That's weird.
it is weird. I'm still kind of in the same area on the
What if I
screen,
pretend like you're here?
Well, now you've got your arm over no one while my camera is.
You gotta rub ghost nipple, John. Rub that ghost nipple.
Is it still awkward for you knowing that I'm pretending to touch you?
When you're around, it's always awkward for me, John.
Perfect. We call that mission accomplished.
He is
where
not
I'm
wrong.
from. I thought this would be fun.
The game?
Shazam!
What is that?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Nice.
snap.
Oh.
Open it. What is it?
John brought me a gift because he knows I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan.
Opening it live on air.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
Oh,
Cool.
shit. It means peace among worlds. Fuck yes. I'm going to make hella noise into the microphone right now. You guys don't mind
Go
me.
fuck yourself.
One bit.
Crinkle,
Means I'm
crinkle,
much
anyways.
obliged. Oh, yeah.
Great idea. Oh, no, not so cockroach.
Ooh, gross.
Oh.
Oh, there you are, Styx. Doing... Dude.
So well, you kind of said a little bit, but what are we playing today?
Styx Shards of Darkness, the sequel to Styx something Shadows. Help me out here. What's the first one called?
Styx, Master of Shadows.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Sneaky
Which I still
gobbler.
haven't
They were
beaten
about to
yet.
touch tips.
Yeah, they were.
But the second one, this one was on sale during the Steam sale, so it was kind of hard to pass up. You know, because I wanted it, and when it's on sale, well, it's hard to pass up a discount. And being the nerd.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, I thought that was kind of funny. Hey, raise the alarm! He's like hanging.
Try he's not dead.
Hi there. I'm the new accountant.
Sorry. This is really going to fuck me up, because this is a really catchy intro.
So we should all just stop and watch.
Yeah, we
it.
should all
Everybody
just fucking
shut
chill
up
first.
and watch.
Oh, he just
Right?
straight cut that dude's arm off.
Yes, he did.
Oh, wow, that's pretty gnarly. And then murdered him.
Should have said something like, give me a hand.
So
Yeah.
that thing he ripped down a poster, that's going to be a theme through this game. They're kind of like wanted posters / propaganda posters. And it's gonna want you to remove them as secondary objectives on like every
He's still
mission.
pulling the hand. The fact that that's still there is good continuity.
Yeah, but I love the game. The guards, so the cool thing is we can't play co-op tonight. But when you do play co-op, so like if it's my game, right, and I bring Peter into my game, it's going to take half of my health and give it to Peter.
Oh, it makes it a little
And so
harder.
Really?
Peter's at half health. So now we're
Huh.
both at half health. So it's not easier just because you have a second person. If Peter dies, it'll take another half of my health and give it to him. We'll both be at a quarter health. And it does that all
That's
the way
interesting.
down to like a tiny sliver until you can't bring him back anymore.
And then you gotta slow it again.
But yeah, and then you got to start over from a checkpoint. But like if I can find a health potion before Peter brings himself back in. Ooh. Poison. I love Styx.
Smoking's bad for you.
I love so his
Oh, nice.
I love the voice actor for Styx.
They've really upped
See
the
that weird piece of bread that
do you-
Roach pulled
Do you
out?
know
Yeah.
who he is? Like, has he done other stuff, or do you just
cloned
like
it.
the voice?
Yeah.
I just like the voice. I just
Yeah.
meant like the voice acting in the first Styx Master of Shadows was one of my favorite things.
Gotcha.
He's kind of like Gollum, so he's got like a I'm gonna be really upset with me. So there's Styx, and then he has another name, and he talks to himself like it.
Is that him right there? Or is
No,
that different?
that's like
That's a
a
different
clone.
goblin.
Yeah, Rakash. That's it. Yeah, so that is his alter ego, Rakash. So it looks like maybe.
Aim that camera.
So is
Peter.
is Rakash kind of the more sub like guy?
It's the one that, like, when he needs ember, which is the stuff you drink, you know? That gives you, like, ember vision and things like that. That's what that orange bar is below your health bar. He'll start to get headaches and shit, and then he hears things, and he needs more ember to drink.
Because you're an addict?
Oh yeah, yeah. If you were a regular human, it would straight fuck you up. Like you could only do so much before you would just like die or overdose.
So is there a reason that he does it?
Because it's that good.
Well, now he needs it, but like I said, it also gives you, like, if you push in the right thumbstick, I think it is.
Right something. Yeah.
That's amber vision, shows you what you can interact with.
So it gives him abilities.
Yes, but now it doesn't look like it takes your amber anymore.
Oh, okay.
In the previous game, using amber vision took a portion of your amber.
It's all like real and stuff.
It's like it's actually hiding.
It's like you have
Yep, and then like when you go up
perspective
to a door that's locked, you can slide apart the thing and look through the keyhole first before, like with X, and then before you decide if you want to open it without knowing what's on the other side. So you can look through the keyhole and kind of look around.
That's handy.
Yeah, before you determine.
So, have you beat the first one yet?
No,
All right.
I already said that. But
I completely missed it. That's my
so hold down right
not
trigger
bad.
so you can drop off the ledge and hang. There you go.
Do I have to keep holding it?
No.
If Josh were here, he would remind everybody that he beat the game.
Yeah.
Yes, he
first
would.
time.
Sorry, let's do that for him.
Josh beat the game. Too bad he's not here to participate.
He couldn't come to the podcast due to a knee injury and the strenuous nature of sitting here and talking.
It's pretty rough stuff. My knees take a beating every week.
You probably walk as much on this show as if you did go into the bathroom.
Look at all this knee work.
I know
I'm
he's
doing.
listening, so I feel like I'm going to hear about this, but I'm just having fun, Josh.
Probably.
I'm just joshing you.
He might be listening, but he's not commenting in the chat. So
Well, now he's upset with me. So.
now he will then.
Yeah, any moment now.
Let's
He'll
just
be
sit
chiming
and wait
in.
for it.
You guys want to get into the news?
No.
Do we have to? Because we could just hour-long Styx tribute.
No, I think we should probably.
Okay, we should stick to the format.
There's some pretty sweet space news.
There is some space news.
Yeah.
So
Do you know what the best part is? This is the wrong direction, Peter, and I did the exact same thing.
Oh.
Isn't that a bitch?
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't realize that you could go backwards in this game. I thought it was linear. Apparently not. Where does this take me, though? Where's this thing?
Yeah, ride it.
Is it going to take me all the way to the beginning?
So I think we've mentioned this before on the show, but
Sorry.
how the space shuttle retired back in 2011.
Yep.
Yeah, the one that launches our satellites and such.
Well, no, the
did?
space shuttle that brought
People.
brought humans into low Earth orbit, so like up to the space station.
Fine, that one.
And stuff like that. Are you just too mesmerized by the game?
Yeah, I am a little bit. It's a beautiful game. Now there's a crafting element. So, like, you collect these items, and then there's crafting tables, and you can craft things.
You should probably hide that body in there.
Well,
keep
since
it.
then, no American has been taken into space from American ground on an American.
That's right. We've always
on an
gone to
American
somebody
ship,
else's country and
You know.
Yeah.
roaded on one of their rockets.
Wrote it on one of their rockets. I like it. We also
roaded.
used strong English when we were there.
Yeah, we did.
Can I attack
Whoops.
and
No.
break things? Okay.
No.
What's this?
That will very possibly change though next year. So. We may have talked about this before too, about SpaceX and Boeing working on manned
Missions,
capsules
yeah.
to go into space. The Crew Dragon or the Dragon 2 and the CST-100 Starliner
Right.
is the Boeing craft.
But they're both a little behind schedule, aren't they?
They are. They were supposed to take off in 2017, but there was delays. You know. I think Elon Musk said it properly when he's like, when you put humans into the equation, there's a lot more you have to worry about.
Oh,
You know?
absolutely.
There's
It's not just money at that point.
right. He says, as soon as people enter the picture, it's really a giant step up in making sure things go right, and the oversight from NASA is much tougher.
Yeah, well, as well it should be. Again, people more than just money. You
Right,
know?
exactly. But it does say that they're on track to launch in 2018. So SpaceX will be doing a test, I believe in February. Yes, an unmanned test flight in February 2018.
Ooh,
and then
okay.
a crewed flight in June of 2018. And Boeing's going to run their test in June and do their crewed flight in August.
So still, we're a year away from 2 different launches.
Yeah.
Manned launches. That's pretty exciting.
It is. That's gonna be. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Which one's going to Mars?
None of these crafts. I'm sure the one that goes. You wouldn't want to be stuck in this thing for
6 months?
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 months or 8 months, whatever it is. So
No,
I would suck. I don't know. I'd
Fine.
probably still deal with it if I was going all the way to Mars.
maybe. Have you seen the inside of these things?
I mean, no.
There's not really much room to move around in, so
Nap a lot.
that's probably all you'd be able to do. Yeah.
Lots of napping.
Health potion behind you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know what they're
Your muscles would also have completely atrophied by the time you've.
But think of all that sweet napping.
Pulling some Donkey Kong here. This is the whole game right here.
Too bad you can't roll around in a barrel.
Says you. I'll figure it out.
So what's our next news article? Could it have to do with China?
It does. Do
China.
you want to head that one
China.
off? I know you were
China.
interested in that job.
Yeah, so apparently China has the world's largest and most powerful Earth-side telescope, and they have nobody to run it.
Be like, they're not.
I feel like that's poor planning. Like, we're going to build... Oh, people will come. It's fine.
Like, they don't have anybody experienced enough to run it?
So they
pretty much.
want a foreigner to run it because they don't have anybody experienced with a telescope this large.
Yeah.
So there's only what it comes down to is there's really only a handful of astronomers in the world that would be qualified for this position. It gives some of the requirements. It's actually like,
Ooh, I died.
let's see.
That was pretty easy.
They're pretty
20
unforgiving in
years
this.
of
So
experience, like extensive management in a team situation, working on large-scale projects. Like, it's pretty gnarly.
yeah, so it says the requirements are fairly strict. The candidate must have at least 20 years of previous experience in the field. He or she must have taken a leading role in a large-scale radio telescope project with extensive managerial
So
experience.
it's a radio telescope.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it an
Yeah,
array
it's
or
a
is it a single
500
dish?
meter.
It's
so
a huge single dish.
Yeah, it's let's see. It is called the 500 meter aperture spherical telescope, or FAST.
Wow. That is... So, what are the capabilities of this telescope? Because I didn't really read into, like, what it
Project
actually
radio
does
waves.
beyond that article of it
Allow
saying-
us to see fainter signals in the radio spectrum, I guess.
Go up to him and press X. Hold it, though. Oh,
Okay, I didn't know that.
my bad. I
Because
should
we're
have
gonna
said
dump
it.
it over an edge.
Tear down that poster.
I will. And after I throw this guy's body off of this edge. Okay, what poster?
The one right there.
Oh, right there.
Anyways,
There's some things that show up in the radio spectrum that don't show up in visible light, so it gives you a different set of things to see. Generally, you can also see a little bit further than because of
Cable
it.
has a glory hole.
yeah. I really like the game. It's hard for me, man. Like, I'm watching Peter, and then, like, I see
What?
stuff, and I just want to help
See,
him.
I have to look because you're the only one I can actually see directly.
I know.
Otherwise, I have to get away from my mic to see Adam.
All right.
The
all right,
capabilities
I'll try
of
to-
a radio telescope
I'll try
are
to
also
step up.
kind of unique in that it's capable of
Oh, God. Ballsy.
that it's capable of getting radio signals from another planet that I'm really bad at parrying, apparently, that might give indication of intelligent life.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It could detect that too.
So for can you move that?
Yeah.
Aw.
What was it, SETI? So for the
SETI, yeah.
For the purposes of SETI, it's unique. I mean, it can also do a lot more than that, but that's one specific attribute that makes them really desirable.
Mm-hmm. But so they're offering quite a bit of money, and no one's biting. 1.2 million a year, and you get to live in a remote part of China. Seems like John said, it seems like a decent place, especially with that kind of money.
Like I said, if you're living in a remote part of China working all the time, you're stacking $1.2 million a year.
Yeah.
And you're coming back to the States to retire.
Yeah.
Can I put? I want to put them in the fucking
They're
barrel.
not small like you.
Dude, I could chop this guy up. I could make it work.
Oh, you're kicking stools around.
Dude,
Making
I don't
lots
know.
of ruckus.
I don't know.
He brings the ruckus to the ladies?
Also, having that wavelength, it has a wider range of wavelengths that it can listen to in the electromagnetic spectrum. So they can also do a lot of really cool.
Bodies hang like that in this. It kills me. They didn't used to. But
There you
something
go.
about it, like, if you're not close enough to the edge, like, even if part of their butt's hanging off, they'll still hang there by their legs and be like, ah, and you're just like, wow.
Wicked planking.
Yeah, they've got crazy, crazy dense legs.
Oh,
Usually
yep,
there's
no, bye.
a better way in than just the front door, for the record.
I'm not here. I'm not here.
Yeah, I would move more than that because they search really hard and they will find you, and they will pick you up and kill you.
Ah! Damn it.
Cut
Yeah.
down.
Apparently jumping over people's heads doesn't work. But having that much available wavelength to observe is just
There's my
far
phone.
superior, I think, than visible
So the
telescope.
next article, if I remember correctly on what it is, I believe is even cooler.
No, not really.
Yeah, the all controller. No, that's exactly what I thought it was.
It
So,
sounds like a gimmicky piece of shit.
wow, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. The
just
writer
saying.
of the
Let's say what it
article
is.
disagrees with you.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it?
So the all controller is a pretty much completely universal controller. Works with like the iOS system, Windows 360, PS4, like basically all of your standard gaming consoles. Has a standard kind of Xbox controller layout. One thing I like about it that the Steam controller fucked up was they kept the buttons in the same placement.
Instead of switching the buttons with the analog stick.
Yeah, it really annoys me, and it's only because we spent like of course you could learn to use it like anything. If you use it enough, it would feel normal. The problem is we've all used standard controllers for so long, it doesn't feel normal.
Yeah.
None of the consoles had controllers like that. Like, and so I find it frustrating, that design. But this one's like your standard Xbox, but it also has an LCD screen in the center of the controller, which is what you use to link to your devices, which I also think is kind of handy and makes it simple and sleek, like kind of plug and play almost. Like it's not plug and play, but you have everything right there on the controller to do what you need to do, which in my opinion makes it more attractive.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know.
There's another guy right there.
Yeah.
Every time I see like universal controllers,
Climb
or
up to the
third-party
right.
controllers, just in general, like they're never ever as good as the one that comes with the console.
Yeah.
No, for the most part, they're not. First-party controllers are generally the way you want to go. For what it's worth, this article that we're going off of from The Verge, they said that they've done a hands-on with a prototype, and it does feel a lot sturdier than what you would expect
that's nice.
from a third-party controller.
When they search, Peter, you're going to have to jump and go through that hole that guy was leaning above.
Got it.
So
But
don't
still,
waste
yeah,
it.
I would be skeptical of it until I could actually see
Play with it for a
or
little
get
bit.
more reviews from it.
And
from
see how it
users,
connects
you
to
know.
different consoles and how smoothly that connection is. I can see it working really well for like 2 months,
Yeah.
you know, and then not connecting anymore.
Yeah.
I will say though, I agree with Adam in one regard that they've tried to do this universal stuff just so many times and it's never really worked out for anybody. I mean, the Retron is like the only one, and it's not really even universal. It's just a console that can play 3 things. But
Yeah.
but I mean, it's a risky endeavor, I think, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, props to them if they pull it off. I think that'd be great. The controller layout, I will agree with John. It does look pretty user-friendly and really easy to adapt to.
There's
but
really no adapting. It's a standard controller layout.
It's a little different than the 360.
Because it's got a screen in the center?
No, the joysticks
and
are offset.
and the analog sticks are in line like a PlayStation controller.
Oh, okay.
And not
360, they're offset. Look at Peter's
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
No, it's really not.
I always liked the offset feel of
Yeah.
the Xbox controllers more than the PlayStation ones.
So did I.
But you have to make a decision.
it really just comes down to what you're used to, because I personally prefer the other way around, but it's because I've used Sony controllers a lot. You know,
Right. No, yeah,
so-
absolutely. And, like, it's not that much of a detriment to where I couldn't easily adjust to playing with them in the same spot.
No,
you know?
and it's... Everybody's played on PlayStation and
Oh,
Xbox.
yeah, absolutely.
Nobody's just played one or the other. I mean, people might prefer one or the other. Like, I prefer Xbox over PlayStation if I'm going to have a console. Mm-hmm. But that's only because I think I've played more stuff on the Xbox, is really what it comes down to. I've played, like, I mean, shit, my favorite racing game of all time is a PlayStation 2 racing game, and it was Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero, and I've said it like 1,000 times. That game, for its time, was the shiznit. Shiznit.
How could it be 0 of something?
It's the first one.
But then it'd be 1.
No, the first one's 0, next one's 1.
No. No.
They chose how to number it.
Let's take some
chose
time
wrong.
to acknowledge the chat real quick that I've been ignoring because I've been going back and forth in tabs over here.
Wow, you
and
asshole.
and the YouTube dashboard's being slow recently. I don't know. We were having an issue with that last time we were streaming too. Just every time you try to type in the chat or something, it freezes up for a few seconds. So, but as far as I can tell, like our stream seems fine.
Well, that's good.
Mason Street says hello. They were in our last stream when we were playing BeamNG.
Mason, my boy, what's up, dog?
What up?
Me and him go back like a week or so.
And John says the controller is rad,
How does John
but
spell
hard
his name?
to use. Jon.
Yeah. Oh, it's Lorenus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
sorry.
Lorenus.
My bad. I just.
It's Uranus.
I meant it's Tiggs. Sup, Tiggs? My bad, man. See, that's what happens when there's no post to cut this shit out. You do something stupid and you have to live with it.
But he says the controller is rad, but hard to use for Rocket League when I'm used to Xbox One standard controller. I'm guessing he's talking about the Steam controller.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Yeah, that makes. I like the Steam controller, but it only really works well for certain games, and
believe
not
that.
most of the games that you use a controller for. So
Yeah. I think games that don't require intense amounts of precision, it works better for. So like a Skyrim, I think you could play a Skyrim on that controller pretty good.
it really what it's designed for is like games that require a mouse, but not like first-person shooters where you're aiming, but where
you
you're
ain't counter-striking with your little touchpad fucking Steam
but
controller.
But they require a mouse for like clicking on things and stuff like that, and bringing those kind of games to the
yeah.
couch. You know. Mason Street says hi, love you guys. Also
Love you
says I should try to play Brick Rigs. And John says, John, 2002 Sega GT on the first Xbox bundle. LOL.
No, that is okay. Okay, look, that might be your favorite because of the time frame when it came out, right? You were probably young and impressionable, and you were like, "Man, this game is tight."
I almost feel like you could use
But
that
then-
exact thing John just said, explaining why Tokyo whatever Zero is his favorite
But-
game. He was young,
so-
he was impressionable, he thought that shit was tight.
That is all correct. I wouldn't deny that. But I would go one step further. So there was customization in Tokyo Extreme Racer that you didn't see in pretty much any other game. Like, you could actually mess with the gearing and the transmissions of the cars and stuff. So,
Okay,
like, you
that
could
is pretty
fully
rad.
customize that stuff. So, like, you could take away from, like, let's say your acceleration, but increase your top end with taller gears.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Or you could make your car like a quarter-mile car, and you could put a bunch of short gears in there, so it accelerated super fast, but your top end...
Was Garbo.
Yeah, exactly. It was just really cool. There's a lot of stuff. Now, like the Gran Turismo games, which I love to death too, actually had pretty good customization for the time.
And they continue to take it farther and
spit
farther
in
and
it.
farther.
Yeah, you just poisoned it by spitting in it. So
Wow.
now if a guard comes by and eats that, he'll die.
That's pretty cool.
And they, every so often in their routine, they will go eat it.
Seems spiteful.
He sarcastically says, the graphics are unbeatable. No current gen can touch those graphics.
Hey, I feel that way about Mega Man X, brother, so I don't blame you at all.
Oh, hey, guy. I'm
Mega
just
Man
gonna
X
hide
has a
your
special place in
homie
my
in a
heart.
box.
Forevers. What were we talking? Oh yeah, the controller.
So
Anyways, I think all in all, wait to see if he eats it.
What? Eats what? He's got to go in the other room and eat it.
Oh, never mind. My bad.
This guy's napping. I'm going to kill this guy.
Murder him right now.
What? What?
Oh, there's somebody behind you.
How did that? Well, he was napping. How did he wake up?
I don't know, but I feel like
Bullshit.
this game is out to mess with Pete. Real quick though, just first
Yeah.
impressions. Are you enjoying it so far?
I am liking it.
Okay.
It's really
You
good.
know what? I'm not enjoying how goddamn
Might-
hot it is in here.
Might
I know.
Pick it up.
It's like being in a room with four dudes
I
in a
want
small
you to
amount of
know,
space.
all you listeners,
Well,
I
it's
just
like
wanted
what
you
I
to
have
know.
to suffer through to bring you such quality content.
Such quality-
Sorry.
I just need you to sound excited for like 5
Just think
seconds.
about how much hotter it'd
Quality
be.
content.
Just think about how much hotter it'd be if we
Quality.
didn't have the air conditioner
Oh
on
my
low.
God.
Man, no.
Can we turn on high? The listeners can suffer. If we have to suffer, they have to suffer. It goes hand in hand.
Doing nothing, sweating. This is
Yeah.
garbage.
Oh wait, he's gotta eat it.
Yep.
He's gonna eat it. Yes, have an apple, my friend. Eat it.
How long does it take him to
Taste-
die?
Oh, just a little bit. Come on, it's a poison. It's not instantaneous. Now he's gonna get back to work. He's doing very important studies over there,
I'm just
isn't
gonna
he?
walk away.
Don't kill him.
I'm not. He's gonna die. I'm just gonna go grab this document while he's dying.
John, this is directed to you.
Yeah.
This is from John.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, grats on getting in as an enforcer. There's gonna be a League of Legends skin at PAX.
Woot!
A game that you don't play
Woot.
anymore.
Are you allowed to repeat that out loud?
Huh? I don't know.
No, I'm just teasing.
I don't know.
So that's awesome.
You
And
signed the NDA, not me.
Yeah.
John is the reason I got in. He put me on his recommendation list.
Must have
Which
blown
was-
him well.
So how many
What?
times did you have to give him favors for that?
Um,
God.
I think we just enjoy each other's company, and that was enough. You know.
That's what you're calling it now?
Yeah. Well,
His company?
look, if his
All up
lady
in your
finds out what I had
business,
to
you know
do
what
to
I'm
get
saying?
this thing.
Yeah, stop saying stuff like
Yeah.
that on live and be a little more incognito about it.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
come
just
on.
said
Can we get a little
his-
discretion here? I don't go airing out your dirty laundry, putting your
just
shit on
said
blast.
that he put his company all up in John's business.
I
It's
mean,
kind of funny.
So
All
he.
right. No,
okay.
no, I'll let it slide. That was funny.
It's not explicit.
Uh,
It's very PC, Peter.
oh, hold muffle kill. Do it. Rah.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
right.
even understand the physics of that.
You don't have to under. Oh,
he
God.
fucking woke up, motherfucker.
Goblin
There's a dead guy
sorcerer.
right there. Yep, pretty sure that I buried you. That's pretty sweet.
Hey, Pete, you're getting better.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
leave him there.
I
leave him.
hope so.
Just leave him.
No.
You're not gonna get him out the window.
I'm gonna put him right. He's just taking a nap. He's
I
just-
like.
put 'em
I
on
do
top
like
of
to
each
pile
other.
people
Maybe
on
you don't
top of
notice,
each
but
other.
And make it look like
When
they're
I
having a
fight
cuddle
crime,
break.
they get really tired.
Yeah.
Look at the little guy, he's just tuckered out.
Poor little guy's all tuckered out. Batman, that's a gun. This is a gun.
John says Riot tweeted it, so we're okay. We're
yeah.
good.
Okay.
We didn't break no
I figured.
NDAs.
I think
I
he
figured
knows.
John's a lot more careful about that stuff than I am. That's why I haven't said anything, because I was like, keep your mouth shut.
And Mason Street wants us to play GTA 5.
I'm not here. You don't see me.
I mean,
Just
we
keep
could.
walking. Yeah,
or
you're good.
But right now, let's switch.
Brick Rigs, but I don't really know what Brick Rigs is, so if you want to fill us in on that. The computer's being
Cold.
slow. I don't want to start searching for things right now. So.
And the show is done early.
yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking this is.
I mean, I've heard of worse things
This
because
is
it's hot in
walk
here.
around the
John
door.
says this game is like
Security.
Fable meets Splinter Cell.
Dude, it is. It's
I
freaking
would
awesome.
Not say that this
Did I
is
just grab
much
some
like
shrooms
Fable.
off of a table?
What?
It's a
Dude, you
box.
should see the skill tree
We've been
point
all
system they
playing
added
it
to
for
this
like
one.
30 minutes. What time is it?
Hey, that was
Yeah,
nice of my
8:30.
wiener.
I didn't
Yes.
touch your wiener. You're fine.
You should have, though.
8:30. I mean,
good
I can
TV.
still.
It's good TV.
I mean, he'll
I'm
like
saying
it.
It's not very. I don't know.
All right, so Ubisoft is saying that they hit 20 million for Rainbow Six Siege since we were talking about it.
20 million what?
Oh, he's
20
going
million
that way.
purchases,
Stuffs.
right? Copies? Yeah, 20 million players.
Yeah.
That's
It's like,
that's impressive.
Oh, hey.
Ish. I mean, that's
That
cool
didn't
for
work.
them, I guess.
Didn't work. Didn't work. Bye. Damn it.
Oh, right in the bum. You're breaking my bum.
So this says, yeah, they recently hit the 20 million registered player mark with more than 2.3 million players signing on every day.
That's awesome.
that's a shitload of people.
Any of you guys,
Well,
did you guys play
I
that
own
game?
it, and it actually might be cool to play it again. I think you own it, don't you, John?
No, I don't. That
Oh.
was the reason why we've never played it.
I played the beta.
Well, your computer is potato then.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't the problem. I just didn't buy it.
Well, Lenny's computer couldn't even play it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We bought what did we
No,
buy?
I'm not. Yep.
We bought Rainbow Six something, or no?
Into the Badlands.
Wildlands?
Oh, Wildlands. That's
Which
what we
also
bought. Yeah.
need to be-
Which looks awesome on the new computer. We should still play that.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I just forget about games. That's the problem. I get stuck playing I play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds right now, and then I've been playing a lot more Rocket Leagues trying to up my game. And then I play the occasional Dota game to show Peter how bad I am.
You know, one of our listeners, Rick, just recently bought PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Did he? Is he going to play with us?
Yeah,
What?
He should. Yeah.
Rick is the one that doesn't like our penis jokes, right?
yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure I got the right
guess
person.
what, Rick?
He wouldn't like he wouldn't like us teabagging people after we kill them, you know? I'm just kidding.
We don't do that. Though.
No, because that's how you die.
I've
you
done it
teabag
once.
somebody,
And
and
then
then their
someone
teammate shoots
pops
you,
you, yeah.
and then you're like, well, yeah.
I only teabag people when I have voice on, and like I can hear people and stuff, and they're talking shit. There we go. I got it. There's just like a really specific time you do this.
See, me and Peter play similarly. So, like, Josh really likes to sneak, which is fair. There's a box you can put him in right over there.
Oh,
Dark
yeah,
corner, too.
Josh likes to play super sneaky. Like, he likes to set no alarms off and kill no.
Personally,
he'll kill
that's the way
guards.
I
He
would
doesn't
play
like
it,
to.
actually.
That's the way I like to play Metal Gear. So that's
Yeah, no,
probably
and
the way
that's
I play
cool.
This game.
Like, everybody has their way to play. Like, I like to be sneaky and try to not set off alarms, but I like to try to kill every single bad guy, which
You
is
should
why it's
play
taking me
Assassin's
so
Creed.
long to beat Styx, because there's portions where the circles of people moving are so intricate and overlapping. It's you have to be super methodical and like very quick about like killing guys and moving the body and getting the next guy at the right time, or somebody else will see the body, and it just gets really challenging. So, but I kind of had my heart set on just like I slay everyone. Like, if I see you, and now there are parts in the games where you're not allowed to kill the bad guys; it automatically fail you. They're, you know,
Right.
because different sections
point
require
is to
different
sneak
things.
past them or something. Yeah.
That's a good distraction, Pete.
Yeah, just jump on some dude's face. I mean,
So Mason Streets.
hugger.
So Brick Rigs is the game that they want us to play. It says everything is Legos. You can destroy it all and spawn in cars and helicopters or do whatever you want.
That sounds
The
rad.
game is awesome.
Voxels.
And John says, "Where's my PUBG invite?" Hashtag feels bad, man.
Well, I didn't even know you played, bro. That's I play
Thought you
PUBG
two
all the
were
time.
homies.
We're Steam friends. You should see me on PUBG like 24/7.
you should also see him on PUBG.
Yeah, well, maybe he's
True.
invisible.
Sorry to throw you under
Incognito. You know,
That's not
I,
true. That's
I
not
think
all
he
know
plays
you're infamously
privately,
bad
so
at
nobody.
noticing people pop-ups for chat and stuff.
I am the worst, hands down the worst. Like when people are like, I put it in the chat, and I'm like, worst place you could have put it.
That's not on them though.
Hey, look, man. In League of Legends, chat is obsolete. You have pinging, which can portray everything you need to say.
That is a newer development.
Yeah, but now you don't need the chat. I don't even have all chat on because I don't need to hear people talk shit to each other, like, and argue, because I don't give a shit. I don't care if you don't like the way I play. I'm gonna still play that way. Or if I'm not good enough, you know, people that get mad and like, you suck, and it's like, well, not gonna get any better with that attitude.
Why am I first personing? What is happening?
You were too close to the corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of the wall.
I believe we've got one more news story.
Two, I believe.
News story.
Wait, no.
I think it's just one more. I couldn't get that link to work earlier, so.
Oh, Take-Two reports.
Oh yeah, I
even
couldn't
more.
get that to work either.
Yeah.
So Dynasty Warriors 9. If you like Dynasty Warriors 1 through 8, you'll
Is that what
love
happened?
this.
Dynasty Warriors 9 looks just as shitty as every other fucking Dynasty Warriors. If you want to kill 6,000 people in a single battle, then it's for you. But they literally just mill around.
Yes, that's what gets me. Like, they stand there doing nothing.
Waiting
Like,
to die.
you would have to,
Yeah.
like, wade into the middle of them and not move for, like, a good 20 seconds for them to be like, bad guy! And even then, I don't know if they can kill you or if they just walk around like idiots. But it's just... It's like Adam said earlier when we were watching the video. Press triangle, kill 30 people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
There's literally
sweet
a
triangle
quick time event for
combo.
that. It's where the triangle button popped up. He dashed forward with his big old absurdly large weapon and killed like 30 dudes.
It was like a pike or a spear or a glaive. I don't know.
It's like a two-handed greatsword on the end of a polearm. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, pike's like an axe on the end of a polearm, but I couldn't
But,
think of the right term.
Peter, you said you played,
hey.
like, the first 4 or something? Or one of the...
Yeah, I played it a lot back in the PS2 days.
Was that always its point? Was just to slaughter a lot of people and...
Pretty much. There was sort of a storyline. It was kind of like Mortal Kombat in the sense that you got a character storyline by playing through the campaign as that character.
Right.
And then they'd have different rivals and stuff that you'd meet in the scenarios. And there was kind of an... there was kind of this... For me, it was always a quest to kill Lubu because he was fucking stupid strong in the original games. I don't know if he's still crazy strong, but he had this combo where he'd like attack you like 40 times, and then he'd stab you, lift you up in the air, throw you, and then stab you in the air like 40 more times, and then you'd be dead. And you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm not ever fighting that guy again.
Right.
Like if I see him on the field, I'm just gonna not and go somewhere else. All right.
Josh said in the chat, nice game choice, guys.
Yeah.
The
It's
Facebook.
private chat.
Yeah,
yes.
private chat. Not anything anybody else is privy to except for us super cool camera folk.
I'm definitely hidden here.
Do you guys see me glistening? Am I glistening?
Yes.
Am I shiny?
Shut the fuck? Shut the front door.
Whoa.
Oh,
hey,
God, it's
he
hot.
looks like Freddy Krueger.
He does look like Freddy Krueger.
That's terrifying.
So one thing though that is kind of new with Dynasty Warrior 9 is it is a new engine, which is kind of exciting if you like that series.
How many times have you done
There's
that?
just nothing exciting about it.
And
I don't
it
care.
is
if-
open world
And
for
it's
the first
open
time,
world, yeah.
so you can
Okay.
actually go around to all of these different encounters as opposed to doing the linear encounter and then getting a map of like a couple of different choices on things to do.
Right.
Look
you
at this
know.
guy's shoes, dude.
So that's kind of cool. Other than that, if you don't like Dynasty Warriors, you're probably not going to like this one. And if you do, you probably will.
I think it could be a fun game to play around with for a little while. I don't
an
think it
hour?
has a
Yeah,
lot of
2 hours.
replayability.
Yeah, no.
You know, like
Oh,
if we were to sit
hey.
here and play through it for a stream or something, that would be pretty fun, probably. You know,
And I'd be done after
but
that.
I'd probably never go back and play it again. Right.
Yeah.
Doop.
Hey, hiding like under the stairs like a stair goblin.
Just there, goblins.
John says, I enjoyed the Legend of Zelda Dynasty Warriors DLC. LOL.
Oh. So what? You could do the spin blade and kill like a million? Like, yeah! Yeah! Nice 3-hit combo. Ha! Ha!
So Peter, will you
Listen!
tell us about your
Um,
game choice?
This is actually technically John's game choice, but
Not really.
it's sort of John's game.
He asked me for
He doesn't
input.
know. How did you know? Okay, I'm
He
dead.
saw you. There's... Ooh. Here, I should probably play while you...
No, you're good.
talk about
You're
it.
good. I don't
John,
know.
why don't you tell us about it? Because you clearly know so much more.
What? That's not fair. Then I gotta do the gadget right after? That's a lot of talking on my poor
You
vocal.
love it.
Oh,
You
God.
guys know how I hate
You
to
know-
speak.
In fact, I'm just going to nab while you talk the rest of the episode. Let me know when we're done.
That's like, we call that the huge?
The huge.
Don't you touch me. Yeah, so this is Styx Shards of Darkness. It is the second installment in the Styx saga, we'll call it, because I don't know if there'll be a third or not. I guess it probably depends on how number 2 does. I hope there is. I wish they could keep going. They're super fun. I don't know if the story... since I haven't finished the first one, I don't know where you're at in the storyline. So... But I wouldn't spoil it for anybody anyways. Because the first one is super fun too. But it's basically a game where you're a goblin assassin / sneak thief. And your job is to do whatever your mission is, without spoilers.
It feels like
Your
Goblin.
job is to do your mission.
Your job
Yeah.
is to do your job.
Well, so like you have objective markers, right? So like it's telling him he's 13 meters away.
Reach the
15.
tavern.
Yes, from the tavern, and then he'll get a new
Reach
highlight on
for
like
the
where to go.
sky.
It really
There's a
feels-
lot of different ways into building. So like when me and Josh co-op this, and granted we only played for like 30 or 45
Since
minutes.
Josh isn't here, Josh and I.
Anyways, I had to strike Peter for his insolence. I'm still never
his
going to stop
insulin.
doing that.
Striking me or saying it wrong?
Saying it wrong.
Okay, it's fine. As long as you know.
What? If I'm writing an essay, I will do it properly. But if
Are
I'm
we
just
sure?
chatting, I don't give a fuck.
When's the last time you wrote a fucking essay?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm never going to do it right again, Peter. I think the last time I wrote anything
Tiny.
was for Waiting for Players when I wrote the review of All Guns on Deck. Which is on our website if you want to check out my handy writing.
Yeah.
I think they're killing me with
Yes.
knives.
They look like spears. Little javelins.
Where were they hiding them?
Javelin places.
And they've got sticks up their butt. Anyways.
Skin
That's
pop.
Hey, your
Why?
sticks. Whoa, wait a minute.
STYX.
Now I can start a Styx conspiracy.
So
yeah,
Mason
that's
Street
right.
says hashtag sub for life.
Thank you.
So-
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
word.
So,
Mason?
It took you a little while to get that,
Hashtag
huh?
heart, baby. Yeah, that's right. Looking at you, kid. He's probably older than me. Maybe he's younger. Who fucking knows?
It's
Maybe
the,
he's-
it's the internet. Who
If,
knows,
I was going
right?
to say, if he's 12, he probably fucked my mom. Like every 12-year-old on the internet
And
ever.
if he's 37, he's probably a virgin.
Like you?
Yeah. Well, I'm not 37, so I still got time.
I still got time. No, but so like the sneaking mechanics in this game, like I really like. I think the game feels really smooth. I'm sure there's probably small things you could nitpick as you can with pretty much any game. It's pretty much no game is ever perfect. So if you go in looking for shit to hate, I'm sure you'll find it. Everybody does.
Like Dota, maybe.
Yeah, I've built that up over years. It's hard to overcome, Pete. I'm trying, man. I play with you sometimes. You know, I try not to complain too much.
I know. I'm
big
just giving
fist.
Oh, wait,
Isn't it?
steal from it. See that thing on his waist? You could have stole it first, but, now it's
I
going to
can't
break.
have it.
it's gonna break when he falls.
I see. I
Yeah.
saw that.
Wow.
Which I think is a cool feature too.
It is kind of
actually.
interesting for sure. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a problem right there.
Well, that weight on top of you landing would probably blow your knees out. You know, do that for you too many times.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's been
I think
working
the
hard.
realism in this game is
Oh, I jumped right up there and just.
go under. It's a big interconnected network under there. You're good. But now they're alerted, so
Oh,
Ooh,
hey,
look at that.
that's what I need. Oh, I'm just taking their pay. What are they gonna do now? Like,
Oh, God.
Oh yeah,
he's
fucking
got
right
a potion too.
Maybe they'll guard you for money.
Money. But our money's worth nothing. Oh my
Are
God,
you-
who's paying me?
Are you guys mercenaries? Go steal that potion off his belt.
So John's helping you out a little bit. He's asking
Yeah.
some questions. Is this a Steam game? How much is it going for? It looks really fun.
We did need some direction,
I
John.
think we
Thanks.
need John on the show first off.
Thanks, other John.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it
I
is
like
a
to call him
Steam
Better
game.
John.
An insanely fun Steam game. It's only 10 gigs to download, as we discovered again today. I'm gonna jump into the
do
store
I-
though
oh, there we
because
go.
I can't
That's
remember
meant,
what
and then
I
I'm gonna
paid.
kill you.
I want to say I paid $30, but it was on sale. So let's
That's
just
a
go
fair
to
price if you
explore
like
the
stealth
store
games.
with this handy Steam app, which is also our gadget. I'm just kidding. Totally
Let's
not.
talk about the Steam app.
Yeah.
Can our gadget be how awesome air conditioning is, and that we should all praise it as our overlord?
$39.99. So I saved $10.
No.
I got it for like
Guess not.
$29.99. But yeah, $40. Super fun game. I've got 24 hours into the original Styx and I haven't beat it yet. Now, granted, I did restart the storyline because, spoiler alert, we were recording it from the beginning to end to do a full gameplay of the game, but I took too long, and so we scrapped it because it would have been too much editing. So basically, if I didn't suck as much, that might exist out on the internet somewhere, but it doesn't now because I'm terrible.
No, it's all gone.
It's been deleted.
Yeah.
I think you got to jump off that pier towards the road.
No.
But then what? There's nothing
No.
past the road.
You just teased people with stuff
keep
they'll never
going.
ever get to see.
I think it's fun to tease people.
I guess
right.
I guess if we get enough, like outcry, we can do it again.
Enough public outcry. I had a good idea. Let's see how.
So howlongtobeat.com says you should have been able to beat the game plus all the extras
In
in
18,
22 hours.
22 hours. But again, my storyline and having to start from scratch again
Yeah.
is why I'm at 24
Yeah. Oh,
hours.
yeah,
No,
for
it's
sure.
not a. It was not all in one go.
How close
I'm
do you
bad,
think
but
you
I'm not
are
there.
percentage-wise to being done with just the storyline?
With just the storyline?
Yeah,
I think I have 2 acts left.
The
that is so like
That doesn't matter.
60%.
So the,
Something like that.
the fastest speed run of the first game is 57 minutes and 2 seconds.
Sweet God, I spent 57 minutes trying to find the first hideout in the first game.
Probably because they're not killing everybody. Oh, hey, that guy saw me apparently.
Yeah.
You're supposed to hit a button by this wall, right?
Oh my God.
And it kept telling me how to interact because it's the first mission. And I thought it was just telling me how to interact with something, and I was ignoring it because I was like, yes, I know why does that or whatever. And I kept ignoring it and going around, and I went like way through. I found other hideouts, and then when I finally watched a gameplay video and went back, realized it was like that first wall way back at the start of the mission. I went through it like 50 times. I was so good at the first part. I was like instant death to everybody. Like, it was just ridiculous. So, we're going to look at Steam Spy on Styx Shards of Darkness. So, first off, the developer is Cyanide Studios. Publisher is Focus Home Interactive. Score ranks 54%, but the user score is 83%. And the Metascore was 72%. And right now, roughly 50,000 people own the game. So, it's not...
Gonna say it again, Adam?
Nah.
It's not got a huge player base like a lot of these games. So like I mean you're talking right now players in the last
Don't
2
come down
week Steam Spy's got it at 6,000 plus or minus 2,000.
What the
so
fuck is that guy
anywhere
doing?
from 8 to 4,000 people playing in the last 2 weeks.
No.
Not a huge number.
But I don't see the thing about the original Styx was too is like I never saw any advertisements for the original Styx ever. Like,
Yeah.
I found it in the Steam market and then
Right.
watched the video and I was like, that looks super cool. And then I played it and I was like, this is super fun. And then I was like, how have I never even heard of this? Like,
It did kind of slip underneath the radar, yeah.
dude, completely. Like,
It probably wasn't until it got out on console when it started getting then advertised. more
Probably.
often.
Yeah. But the game itself, like, if you like assassination type kind of like sneak around games, super fun. I really, like I said, I love the storylines that they put in it, and I also love the voice acting for the most part. And P.S. Peter, every guard is named George or Fred or Michael. We decided that during our video
George
recording.
Frankel, Matt.
Well,
Fuck you, George. Stab.
So, interestingly enough, remember I said that the first game would have taken 22 hours to complete the main story plus extras, so like little side missions and stuff like that too. This game would take 10.5 hours to complete.
Yeah. So
Oh, wow, it's way shorter.
Yeah, it's about
Styx
half the
Master
game.
of Shadows still has more owners, has the exact same user score and Metascore. Well, the Metascore is 1% lower on Master of Shadow, but in the last 2 weeks, it's had 8,000 players plus or minus 2,000. So you're talking in a range of 10 to 6,000. So
Yeah.
more people still play Master of Shadows than Shards of Darkness.
Yeah.
It hasn't been out that long, and I don't think that the original Styx had like a crazy uptick, like, you know, from the get-go from release. I think people just kind of picked it up as they go. For the price, I think the game's fair. Like, I think the game's really fun. I've always enjoyed it.
Let's
So.
see. Let me get back to the chat here.
Yeah.
The chat is being slow, so I apologize if I'm
slow
missing
chat.
messages. Like I'm looking at just a white screen right now. So
If Peter
I'm
gets a
waiting for
little
it to,
further, because he's almost there, if Peter gets a little further, he will get to the first hideout, and you could look at the skill tree.
John says this is only on Steam.
Or is there consoles?
Shards
Well,
of Darkness,
the-
I think, is out for Xbox One as well.
The first one's on the PS4 and the Xbox, isn't it?
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
I'm gonna go in here and see if I can see real quick.
No, this is also on the PS4, Xbox One, and
Yeah.
Windows. So,
Yeah.
so
But and the co-op is it's not local co-op, so like you can't throw your buddy a controller and then split screen it up.
That's too bad.
which is what we were
Not
hoping
really.
would happen.
I feel like it would be really hard to play this with only half a screen. I don't know though. Maybe I'm crazy. I love that you can drop this stuff on. Oh, you could have killed that. Oh,
Oh fuck! That's not what I wanted.
So
That's not what I wanted
many
either. That's
people
not what I
know you're
wanted.
there.
I'm stuck in a fucking wall. Oh, what's up? Can you sprint?
no! Run and
Is that
jump out a window.
Fucking thing.
Run and jump out a window. Oh God!
Ah, get out of
See, the key is to put pressure on him so he panics. Run, run! You know, you just gotta fucking. I mean, be mellow. Give him a shoulder rub. It's okay, baby.
Yeah.
Still say it's a
Oh, hey,
compliment
it's this guy again.
dishonored.
Just leave him.
No, we're good. I like hiding the bodies.
I do too. Later you'll have like vials of acid, and you can pour them over the body and disintegrate them on the spot.
Like that trap from the cutscene,
Yeah, exactly.
except in a device.
so is that all
Hide
we
in the
had
cabinet.
about the game?
Well, like I don't really know the storyline of this one,
Have you?
unfortunately.
Because you haven't started playing this yet, right?
I played with Josh for like 30 or 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get to see much, and like not knowing where the other game left off, I don't know
Yeah.
where you're at in the story, and I honestly didn't look it up because I don't want to know because I need to beat the first one.
So you definitely do
I don't know.
plan
Get this
on
guy's.
going
What's
back
this
in.
guy's motivation? He's gonna lean up against the wall right here and look
I would
down
never
into
put
the
it-
dark hallway.
Yeah, I would. He's just chilling, man. He's on duty. He's bored.
Why is he
Change of scenery, Pete.
into the darkness? That
Yeah,
sounds
look at him. He's
even more
stretching,
boring.
and then he's gonna be like, "I was boring."
He's staring off into the void.
Now be careful. Look
Wanna
around.
keep
How
one
many are
step
there?
back.
I've already done this room like 4 times.
Oh, watch the chair.
That's fine.
It's not fine if they hear you, Peter.
I know that they won't hear me because I've done this room already.
I've hit that chair 1,000 times.
Pretty much, yeah.
I always go up. Up is my go-to. Climb, Peter, climb. So, yeah, we should probably get to the gadget.
I think so.
I
yeah.
forgot, because I talked about the game. I felt like I was done.
You're like, oh, phew, I'm good now.
Whew!
No, that's what
Did
I
all
was
my
asking.
talking for the
That's-
evening.
That's why I was asking if we had anything else with the game. So.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Stabsies.
All right, so my gadget isn't going to take a ton of time.
Simple but pretty cool. So.
Right? It is super simple.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about the BondicEVO.
What is
And
it?
it is a liquid plastic welder. And so what I think is cool, so like I like their origin story of like how it came to be. So it says, with Dr. Tom, a dentist in Germany, one day a patient asked if he could take some dental bonding material home and borrow a spare UV light to try something he was working on. When the patient came back and asked for a few gallons of the material, Dr. Tom was stunned. He's like, I mean, that's 10 dentists, 10 lifetimes worth of material. Like, what on earth could you need it for? And it was actually to develop a material that you could use UV light to harden, like a plastic. And they ended up coming up with the world's first little, like, plastic welder with a UV light. Then it got mad ripped off by the world, because that's what happens. And he's like, so then you saw all these as seen on TV versions of their tool, you know, from different companies or whatever. China. And he said instead of becoming like the 39th person on the lawsuit that was already out there, he just went back, because the guy who originally designed it passed away, which kind of put a hold into the plans.
Right.
He went back and finished the design and what they started. So now the tip has a little metal tip on a little plastic tube, and you squeeze out the liquid, and he said it has like the consistency of honey, or I would say almost similar to hot glue that's not hardened.
That's what I had thought too when I saw it.
Yeah, it looks that way though, doesn't it? And yeah, and you squirt it out, and then you harden it with the UV light that's right on the tool, and it only takes about 4 seconds for a little blob.
I've got a picture of it's of the Kickstarter page, but they can see what it looks like.
Yeah.
The little light on top.
And so like a key fob, right, for your keys, and everybody's had it happen, or most people at least who have had key fobs have had the plastic part that the key ring goes to snap.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a super annoying thing. But they take this and they just keep squirting it on there and hardening it and squirting it on there and hardening it, and they build a whole new arm of plastic. You know,
I like the cable idea you were talking about earlier.
Yep. They show it used on cables that are stripped or pulled out of the end of the plug. They put a very thin layer around it and then harden it to cover the exposed wires.
Yeah.
And also to shore it up the connection down there as far as like because he was originally the guy who originally used it. He was using it to tiny amounts to mount wires on a processor to make connections.
Gotcha.
That's what he originally used it for. And then, you know, went on to create this little tool. And it's not the only one you can buy out there on the market, but I think them being the original, I would rather give my money to them. Their design also looks cooler now and seems more hand-friendly than the other ones on the market, because the other ones on the market are mostly like pen design, right? Mm-hmm. So one end's a plastic tip and the other end's the flashlight, which is actually how the original Bondic was. One end was a flashlight and the other end was was the dispenser of the material. Now they went ahead and redesigned it so the light's on the same side as the tip, so when you're done you don't even have to do anything. You just have to kind of shift it a little and then hit the button and shine the light.
Lol.
It uses a super common small type watch battery. It's not a watch battery, but because those are usually the flatter versions, but
right.
That you can buy at any dollar store, so super cheap to just keep it running.
Nice.
And it's just super cool. Like, there's a million things. They show like a chipped corner of a wood table, and the guy builds it up with the thing, sands it flush, and boom, it's gone.
Hit with some marker. It looks like the original thing.
It bonds as a perfectly clear plastic, which is awesome. Even when it hardens, so it doesn't get cloudy or anything like that. So like, there's a million cool ideas. Like, if you made a table out of wood and it had knots in it, you could take this and fill the wood with the clear plastic.
Right.
And then you would have super cool looking knots, but you would have nothing. Because like, we used to resin fill them when I did hardwood floors. But on small knots or on a small project, you could do stuff like that. You know, you could fill in the imperfection in the wood, sand it smooth, and then give it a little polish, and bam. You would have a really rad looking thing where you can see down into the knot, but there's no actual hole in the material.
Right. No, I think this thing is really cool.
It's just, there's like a million little handy uses you could think of.
John in the chat says it looks like one of those tiny keyring Nerf guns.
Right? Boom, gotcha. Assassinated. And the company is called Bondic. So, and when we were looking at it, here we go. So,
Yeah, scenes.
you get the starter kit for $21.
That's Canadian though, right, or something? Or...
Oh yeah, so it's about $16 US, and they still have the early bird adapter for about $11 US.
Right.
And they send you the new BondicEVO starter kit complete with a tube of Bondic formula, LED light, a shaping tool, and a Bondic decal. You know, and then you go up here. Ooh, a 4G starter kit complete with 4G tubes of the Bondic formula, LED light, shaping tool, and a handy
Is that
tin
the
to put
30?
it in.
Is that the $31 one?
Yeah, so 24 US.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see if there's
it's
one.
pretty good price. Like
It's super reasonable.
just for the few little things you could fix, it would.
It would
yeah.
just be like, okay, so you keep super glue around your house. It'd be
Right.
about the equivalent of doing that, except with way more uses and less difficulty of like gluing your fingers together, or your hand to your wiener, or whatever happens when you use super glue. I mean, my experience might be different from yours.
What are you doing,
Mason Street says, John. I don't know if they're talking to you or the John in the chat. But then they said, guys. So,
Guys, well, we're all John. In fact, me and the other John are the same John. In fact,
I too am
we
John.
are Hive.
Lorraine Plouffe.
We are Legion.
We are John.
Oh God! Somebody sees you,
Yep,
and you're gonna
I'm
die.
working on it.
Run.
No, we're good.
Be the wind. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so fall damage.
Wind
Got it.
of death.
I'm so good at this game.
Dude, you're stunning.
Oh my god.
I'm
Are
good
you
like
guys
Peter's good.
jealous?
If he would just let me play. Everybody knows once I play, I shut up.
This is true.
Yeah. He also has like a wicked
And it's your
like
episode to shine.
thing.
I also
face.
dude, my gaming face, when I get like real intense, I have this thing where I stick my tongue like in my front lip, like
You do.
I make little
like that,
micro
like when I'm really
expressions, so-
focused, you know, like, and I've been doing it since I was a kid. People used to make fun of me, like, John, you're making the face again. I'm just like, I don't care, I'm focused. I'm trying to win new high record, Jesus Christ,
Did you break it?
new high speaks. Yeah,
New high score, is that good?
yeah, right. Did I break it? Is that good? Oh man, that was a good movie. Yeah, but that's it for the BondicEVO. It's on Kickstarter. You could still pledge.
yeah, there's still quite a few left.
There's still quite a few left. I mean, on the cheapest early bird, you've still got 479.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and that's to get it for about $11 US. Estimated delivery this month of 2017.
Nice.
They might have said
So
this
they're
all-
100% done with it. Like they've
Yeah.
got their manufacturing, everything's done. Like they already brought the Bondic, the original. So you know it works. All they did is improve the design, and the best thing is like they're not even trying to get crazy with like money or anything like that. They're
Yeah,
just
no, the
moving on.
prices are definitely reasonable. So.
And like I said, they opted out of joining in on the lawsuit with all these other plastic imitators suing each other, trying to get money from
Right.
one another. They just said, well, we said, fuck it. We redesigned it and we're releasing it again. And
That would not kill
here's
you.
what it is. They're impersonators. They're out there, you know, but you could buy the original for the same price. And I always trust the original more than a cheap knockoff with the as seen on TV commercial,
yeah.
like selling butt weights. But wait, there's more. If you order in the next 20 minutes, you get one but two shitty fucking pencil pens. Sorry.
Pencil pens.
Sorry.
We just like to combine technologies.
Sorry, that was.
The mechanical pen.
So they've got 13 days to go, and their goal was 35,620, and they are at 159,425.
You gonna buy one, John?
Totes.
It's 13 days. Yeah, I'll get paid before then. I'm
$11.
pretty strapped right now, homie. I'm
Like
going to
it.
Switzerland.
With bombs.
It definitely would be something worth checking out, though.
Yeah.
I would consider buying it.
Sort of saw me.
Okay, so let's see. Mason Street says I have something to tell you. I have to tell
he's
you
confessing
something.
his love for me. Oh, he's gonna grab you.
Uh,
Jump,
Oh,
drop.
I didn't
So-
know that he could do that. Ow.
When they're on high alert, just holding off a ledge isn't enough anymore. You got to be completely away from them.
And then John says, "Ooh, I don't want to hijack the content, but have y'all played the Killer Queen arcade cabinet yet?
Nope.
5v5 balloon fight on crack."
Oh.
Oh, that was
Ballsy
that was
move,
something
Peter.
below me.
Ballsy move. He's like, free release.
We'll have to check this out.
No,
though.
I haven't heard of it even, actually, so I feel like I'm out of the loop, which is bad for a guy who does a podcast about this stuff.
Yeah.
Why wasn't this in our news? Can I be like a prima donna and like pretend like it's everybody
shit.
else's fault? I just read what they put on the teleprompter, man. I don't actually know anything. Like, I've never even played Styx.
What?
What?
Well, he has no proof. It's all been deleted. So
That's true. Yeah, you have never played Styx, John.
I've got a Steam profile that says I played 24 hours.
Your Steam profile's a fucking dirty liar.
but I think
You should
that's,
see how many hours Rocket League says.
I
It'll
think that's going to
boggle
be
your
about
brain.
it for us.
Yeah.
I think so.
Still kind of waiting to see what Mason Street has to tell us. So maybe we could do a little promoting while we're waiting.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yes.
we've got other podcasts out there like Comics Brew, which I'm on, where we review comics and beer on a weekly basis. We've also got Comics Brew Play,
What?
where I am the No. Okay.
He did like a
Well, you are correct, and there will be a new Comic Strip Plays coming out.
Yeah,
It's true.
Which is a super awesome, where they play tabletop for you guys. And
I'm on it. I'm a pretty sweet cleric. What can I say?
Mason Street says bye, guys.
what? That's what you had to tell us?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was a lot of I have to tell you something, so I thought it was important.
but he's just saying bye.
I guess
Well,
so.
Bye, Mason. I
Goodbye,
mean,
Mason.
Well, thanks
next
for
time
thanks for
think
joining
of something fake to tell us. Like,
The earth
Just
is
Google
flat.
something interesting, like literally the word something
I've got
interesting,
something
and then
to
tell us that.
Yeah, right. I've got something to tell you. What? I'm not a bear. Alrighty then. Now
Is
we
that
know
like
Mason
some
is
sort
not a
of big
bear. He
reveal?
could still be any other animal, but you know.
Spoiler alert.
Lots
not a
and
bear.
lots of buys now. So
Bye.
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 Fine. Bye.
But I think
Whatevs.
there's one more thing we should promote.
Oh,
It's coming out this week.
All right. Science.
Yeah.
Science nights.
The first episode will be premiering this week. So.
Oh, shit.
I'm
What
Get ready.
episode is that?
Number
that
one.
is-
Actually,
that is
zero.
episode
right?
1.
0. Episode 0. It's the first.
No, this is episode 1.
That's a stupid numbering system and all normal and shit.
So don't you
What
prefer
did
to start
what
with
did you
0?
use to figure that out? The scientific method? Huh? Did you read a book?
Math.
Math. Math. Science.
Which apparently you'll find out in that first episode that you're illiterate too.
Yes.
Not
We
a
already all
sign,
knew that,
John.
didn't we?
Yes. I'm gonna learn to read one day. You know, whatever. I haven't got around to it
Dude,
yet.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
Fuck me.
College reading level in the 5th grade, bitches.
Definitely check that out. There'll be links all over the place. So if you listen
Yeah.
to any of these podcasts, you will be able to find that one.
Get
Yes.
ready to get your learning on.
Right.
Yeah. Science.
We're gonna learn you up real good.
We've got a few other awesome episodes coming out too. John says, "Ooh, Science Nights. Is it a food review show?"
Yes.
Well, first correction, it's Nights with a K.
Yes.
It's a play on our production company, Lazy Nights, and there may be some cooking on the show at some point. So,
Oh, man. Snacks. I didn't
distraction.
know snacks were involved.
I wanted to kill him, but it didn't work out.
well, there's a lot of science behind cooking. Mason also says check out Brick Rigs. I guess that is
All right.
the message that they want.
We will
to-
take a look
to
into that,
convey.
sir. I've never heard of it, but I don't feel like you could steer us wrong since, I mean, you sub for life.
Yeah,
Whoop.
absolutely.
So,
Takesies, backsies.
at least we, yeah, right? Once you sub for life, that button's locked. But you can still hit the thumbs down, unfortunately. We haven't figured that out, so.
Kill this guy.
No, I'm just kidding. But we do appreciate you listening, everybody.
Oh,
Mason,
that's
Tiggs.
what?
Always.
Oh,
definitely.
y'all.
All right, I'm not.
So I think that's gonna be it for us. See you guys next week.
Peace.
Bye.
Goodbye.